This is going to be great. I see that we've got some incredible guest speakers today. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off here. Let's see, we've got Stardom Chance on here. All right, welcome everybody to the AMA with Stardom Chance. We've got CEO, founder here with us as well of Stardom Chance, Mr. Jeff Vanderpool. We've also got special guests of the Latino Superstars stage. We've been working with these gentlemen, in particular, three of these gentlemen who are just outstanding human beings, have accolades as long as you can even imagine, well-connected and life changers. Guys, this is going to be a special Stardom Chance AMA. We're going to take questions afterwards for the speakers today. But what I'm going to do today is, first of all, I'm going to pass it over to the CEO, founder of Stardom Chance, who will introduce our first speakers. And gentlemen, if there's anybody, we've tweeted out, guys, we got some massive celebrity power joining us. And these guys are on fire already. They're excited about what Stardom Chance is doing, what it stands for. Everything that is attached to Stardom Chance, things are really heated up here. We've got Ariel coming on to speak. So we've got the Latin, I like to call them the Latin trio, just amazing gentlemen. So I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Jeff Vanderpool.
Thanks, Corey. Hey, Corey, I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting the whole panel, whole team that's joined us today. One of the most interesting parts about this business model is the scalability and the international aspect to it. You know, you've all heard the expression, if it works in the microcosm, right? Can it work comprehensively? Can it work with scalability? Can it work comprehensively around the globe? And that's the beauty of this business model. It does. It's going to work for Stardom Urban, what we call, to the African-American niche that has a very specific taste and proclivity, to Stardom Latin that will be different, to Stardom UK that will be different. You know, the flavors, right? Butter pecan, chocolate chip. We're going to be the ice cream vendor, if you will, to a multitude of flavors to our audience and be a specific niche audience provider. And today you're going to hear most specifically, for the most part, from what we have called Stardom Latin, right? It's an incredible, you know, it's interesting. Most people don't know this. The Latino group is known for its loyalty inside the corporate sponsorship, blue chip, if you will, corporate sponsor programs. They're known for intense loyalty. They get married to a product, they stay married. And it's hard to get them to switch from A to B. And that's got great power, right? If you're the corporate sponsor that's in bed. And it's obviously the tough part if you're on the outside trying to get in. But it makes for an incredible audience. And that's the audience that we're seeking to bond with and align with. And you can't do that if you're on the outside. I'm not Latino. I don't speak Spanish, although I have promised one of our partners I will learn, and it's on the agenda. And but we have some incredible people, ladies and gentlemen, who are basically inside that culture, hook, line, and sinker, born into it, love it, the food, the environment, the music, everything about it. And that culture marries so perfectly hand in glove into what is Stardom Chance. With that as the introduction, I'm going to introduce a gentleman who's become a friend of mine. He's a great guy who has, if you're known by your friends, oh my God, right? The power of this one gentleman. But I can only speak for the most part to his integrity, to his character, two of the most important things in life. You can have all the skills in the world. If you don't have that, I don't want to be your partner. I'm sure many of you out there would feel the same way. This gentleman has both skills, character, personality, trust, respect. His name means a lot. To have him on board means a lot to us as a company. And already in literally a few short weeks, I mean, it's only been that long where he's kicked it into high gear. His definition of warp speed is most of ours would take us months and months and months to accomplish. And at this, you know, speed of a blink, at warp speed, as they say, here we are, mostly because of Jose. So Jose Rodriguez, my friend and our partner, please welcome to our show and tell us who you've got today. And thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Absolutely. And thank you for those kind words. It means a lot to me. You know, same here. We feel the same. I feel the same. The relationship that I have with you is not, you know, most important, it's a friendship. And also the vision that I saw from day one. I get presented a lot of deals on my desk every day in the type of businesses that I own, and not many of them really move me emotionally. Now, I might assist them financially, I might assist them in other things, but when I got this on my desk and it was an introduction, I met Jeff. I immediately gravitated to this opportunity because I saw a big impact it's going to hit to our community. Warren Buffett couldn't say anything better. It says, believe, invest in people. Everybody wants to invest in companies. Now, I think I got best of both worlds. We got a fantastic product. We got a fantastic, um, you know, uh, vision and mission. And I think, I want to take my hat and respect to Jeff for everything he's accomplished. I know this wasn't built overnight, but then when I met the man himself and the passion that he has, that's when I come in and investing in people. I think this is going to be an extremely important aspect in many people's lives. When you talk about movies, you talk about technology, when you're talking about giving opportunities to people all around the world that normally they wouldn't have opportunities. So, ladies and gentlemen, to me, it's an opportunity that moved me because I don't know nothing about business. I mean about movies, but I do know about business, and I do know about changing people's lives. So this opportunity was incredible. I feel passionate and being a part of it. I feel grateful. I thank Jeff for allowing me to be a participant of this great journey of his. I
Of
think it's
course.
been amazing. And just like I've told Jeff many times, take a picture because I'm a true believer of law of attraction. And I'm privileged to be here. So we got a lot of great things happening. The Latino community worldwide are going to hear about this. We are bringing the full firepower in regards to Stardom Chance. We're bringing big name celebrities, red carpet celebrities. I mean, you name it, that's our intent, and we have the relationship with the connections for that. And that's the reason why I also would introduce you to two great friends of mine. One of my very good friends I know for a long time is one of my account executives, friend of mine, Ariel Hernandez, is also on this call. And then our very good friend that I'm so privileged to call him friend is Mr. Mauricio. Mauricio's relationship, I think you've heard this before. I told Jeff one time ago, I have a list. I have a list of A-listers, but mine is like a Publix receipt. If nobody knows Publix, let's see Kroger's. If anybody lives in Alabama or Georgia, they understand what Kroger's are. So I got a Kroger's list, but Mauricio takes it to another level. So I want to pass on the baton to Mr. Mauricio and Mr. Ariel Hernandez. Mauricio, this is all yours.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Jeff, thank you very much for the vision of democratizing the show business, the sports, the music, and the movie business.
Of course.
Thank you very much for that huge vision. Thank you very much, and thank you very much also for the opportunity of being part of this amazing project. And mi querido José, in Spanish, my dear José, thank you very much for introducing me so important people like Jeff and Corey and everything, the founders of the Stardom channel. Thank you very much. And Ariel, what could you say in Latin America?
Hey guys, for me it's a pleasure to be part of this amazing dream. Thank you, Jeff, for consider us to join you and your vision. And we are very excited to be part of this because we know that it's gonna change the game. We love everything, everything related with this project, the vision, the mission, and we know that we can make this something even greater that we think at the beginning because uh, too many people. We got a group of two brilliant minds that working together, and every day, most amazing people are join this group. What I can say, thank you, Jose, for considering me and for present me to Jeff, and I'm here to help you guys.
Yes, yes, very
Fantastic.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you let me please, I want to explain what I saw of Startup Chance. I want to share my vision of what is amazing project. You know, I'm not neither like you, my dear Jose, an influencer or a TV producer or an actor. I'm working in the real estate business, but I understand of business. And I know very well the Web 3.5, the way of we do business and we do economics and sell and buy products is changing. The worlds are changing. 2 or 3 years ago, the world started changing very fast, and 1 year ago, the economic is changed everything. And now, the companies they do this business or do this vision of introduce the show business and the technology and make arrange everything to do a way of life, a way of do movies, a way of promote talent is amazing. Stardom Chance is the first company and the only company right now. I'm sure in the time there are going to be many to follow Jeff and his vision, but right now it's the only company to be prepared to do show business, promote talent, and do very, very good business with the internet, with the cryptocurrency, with the influencers company. So I understand right now the Startup Chance is the best place to do business, to go draw a career. And let's go, Latinos. Let's grow in our company, let's grow in our vision, let's grow in our careers. The Startup Chance is the right place to be, and this is the right moment to be in the Startup Chance.
Guys, wonderful introductions. Thank you again so much for being here. You know, our business model, to your point, Mauricio, this is Jeff. It's not often in life you get to wear the white hat, do the right thing, actually make more by doing the right thing, right? And that's sort of where we are today. By being the good guys, by putting the most exclusive industry in the world in a separate prism, if you will, for the global audience and making it the most inclusive, we actually end up doing better for ourselves, which wasn't the immediate purpose. It comes in life. We've all heard it said before, right? Get your eye on the ball of what you're trying to achieve. The money will come. Don't think money, money, money as the reason to do it. That part comes as just a consequence of great achievement. And that's what we have today. We have the opportunity to be first. And you're 100% right, Mauricio. There will be a multitude to follow. You can't patent an idea. I mean, think of American Idol and The Voice. They're identical business models with completely separate parent companies. They're identical in every way. One of the beauties of this is that as people do come into the space following us, the benefit will be the people out there listening, right? There's an old joke in Hollywood. I'm an actor. No way. Where do you bartend? Every wannabe bartender, actor, script writer who's waiting tables and bartending right this second, who maybe listens to this at some point, is going to have a better opportunity because the odds are so severely stacked against them today. And I don't want to take too long going on, on the business model, because I know you've got some incredible guests today. And following that, I want to hear a little bit from Richard D'Alessio, who's here, because there's going to be a perspective I want you to hear from Richard, because there's a very special opportunity in Asia where we intend on doing either our second or third film concurrent, because the market's right, the appetite is right, the timing is perfect for our business model, for the ability for us to make movies for less than $1 million. And I've heard it said, some people were not understanding. I want to clear this point up. If somebody doesn't know how to act, if somebody has no clue, they don't get to be the lead actor in our motion picture. That's not the way it works. The influencer certainly can get in the movie in a speaking role, the definition of which might be hi in an elevator or thank you in a diner. Don't need to know too much how to act to accomplish that. And certainly the same can be said for the buyer of the NFT. They don't get to be playing the lead or the supporting actor or actress because they bought an NFT. These are real movies that intend to get real theatrical distribution and a multitude of other potential distributions, and seek a worldwide audience in the millions and millions of people for every film we create. So I want to be clear about that. It's show business, it's a business, and we're going to create a product we're very, very proud of. But at the same time, there's a way to be inclusive and allow people who cannot act, who just love the industry and love to be a part of it any which way they can, be on the set, have dinner with a celebrity, dinner with a director, shadow a producer, just see what it's about, go to a premiere, go to a wrap party, hang out with some cool people in the inn in Hollywood. All of that's possible. by virtue of being a part of this opportunity. So I want to make that crystal clear. And with that, Jose, Mauricio, let me give you guys the floor to introduce some of your special guests.
Jeff.
Absolutely. Mauricio?
There you go.
Ready. Here I go. You know, Jeff, we have a lot of very good surprise. I'm so excited because it's gonna say it's gonna appear very strange. I don't know what to say in English. You're gonna hear this very strange, but invite personalities, influencers to be part of Stardom Chance is very simple. Not easy because there are huge things between these, but it's very simple because when the personalities hear the vision, hear the new model, hear whatever you are going to do it right now, they jump to be part of this team. And you know, I want to introduce my partner, Mari Carmen Sandoval, is a huge, important lady in Mexico. She is very close with the high society in Mexico, and you can name it. The biggest sales persons in the world, Mari Carmen knows. The biggest boxer champions, Mari Carmen knows. The bigger actors and singers, Mari Carmen knows. So I'm very glad and I'm very proud. And thank you, Mari Carmen, for being part of this company, be part of this mission and vision, and be part of this dream we're going to build together with Jeff. So, Mari Carmen, if you can tell us something about what are you doing right now, the person that we called 10 minutes, 20 minutes ago, and the vision of what's going to happen, Mari Carmen is very nice. You can speak, Mari Carmen? I don't know. Mari Carmen is right like only here, but we have with Mari Carmen right now is very important lady. So also, I don't know, Mari Carmen, you can speak.
Corey, have you brought her up as a speaker?
Yeah, I've invited her to speak. If you could just
yes, Mari Carmen is in the picture in the beach of Tulum.
Yep. I requested to speak. Yep. So
Mauricio, if you could go ahead and explain to the audience who she is, what she does.
Yes, of course, Jeff. Let me explain a little bit things. We are represent, Jeff, you tell us the mission to be representative of Latin America culture and be part of this Stardom Chance. So we're gonna working very hard to find people, get well connected, to get people, you know, the people love to be with that people. And Mari Carmen, she is one of the very big, I don't know what to say the word in English, but it's un pilar. I don't know if somebody can help me. It's you know, she have the key to open whatever door you want. You want to be with Carlos Cecil, you can talk with Mari Carmen. You want to talk with somebody important in the sport, you can talk with Mari Carmen. With Mari Carmen, we're working right now with Juan Manuel Rodriguez, Juan Manuel Marquez, one champion of the world in boxing. Right, we're working right now, and this moment he can connect because he's practice right now, and also with the very important actors here in Mexico. So Mari Carmen is very important people to be part of Stardom Chance, and I say thank you to Mari Carmen to jump in and show the vision and work with us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh, no, I just want to say that Jeff and everybody that's here, that you know that it's just a few people that everybody love in the industry. So Mari Carmen is one of those few people. So we are very happy that she can join our group because she got the contact to anybody, any important people around Mexico, artists, people from sport, people from politics. And thank you, Mauricio, for do your job and for make her join to our group.
I think she's trying to join in as a speaker, guys, but right now she's just a listener.
you know, Jeff, we have in Spanish a says
Yeah.
in Casa del Herrero, asadón de palo. In English says in the iron house they use tools of wood. You know, it's very.
Mayor Carmen, I've invited you as a speaker. If you can just accept the invitation.
But yes, we're going to growing up quickly in the technology.
Oh yeah, we'll get you there, buddy. We know you got a lot of people, and this is new to a lot of us. We've had a few issues, but we'll get there. And if you don't mind, while we're waiting on her, would you explain? I believe that your boxer friend who can't join the call today, but he is a part now of Stardom. Could you elaborate a little bit on that? Because we're very excited to partner with him as well.
Yes, of course. You know, don't have a very many strange ways to do his business. You know, and when we talk with Juan Manuel Marquez, okay, I think if Maricarmen can go. When we talk with Juan Manuel Marquez tell us he's working right now with another champion, ex-champion, Latin American champion from Puerto Rico. Ariel, you know the name. You know the name. He's working right now with a program to promote the talent, the young talent, and to promote the sport, to prevent the drugs and prevent the bad attitude. So when I talk with Juan Manuel Marquez and we talk about the vision and the possibility of be part in the screen, of be part of all these new talents can be have representation or have a spot in all the world, he was so excited because it's gonna be make more easy his vision and his mission to bring every talent a new way to be a champion and a new way to be financed and work and make a career. You know, Jeff, he was very excited to be part of this thing. And we have a champion is very important with us.
100%.
Guys, guess what? Mayor Carmen is now with us.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah,
All right.
welcome.
I'm Maricarmen.
Success.
I'm a talent representative for Mexico and Latin America. And I love to be here and be part of this.
Thank you so much, Maricarmen. Maricarmen, can you tell us a little bit when we talk with Juan Manuel Marquez, and if you want to share something else with Leonardo or something like that, please let the audience know what are you doing right now and what is important thing.
Oh my God. Juan Manuel Marquez, it's a boxing champion world. He's a very good friend of mine, and we talk, Mauricio and I, talking with him about this project, and he's one person to build the new boxing people, I don't know, in the world for new talents and more sport, more vicious. It's a healthy people and have a huge concept for sport and new brands and huge brands to be awesome idea to be we become with everybody here. I think so. I don't know. I have not the words.
Don't worry.
No, sorry.
Very well. It's going to be more easy, you know, Jeff, in Latin America talking Spanish, but we're so excited with that. No, it's okay, Carmen. I think you share us very well the vision. Juan Manuel Marquez are thinking about the health of the young people and are very take care about the promote the talent, the young talent, the youngest boxers. They don't have without Stardom Chance, they don't have easy possibility to promote his career and easy possibility to be a championship. You know, with that, with this vision of Jeff and Corey and everybody in Stardom Chance, thank you very much. With this, now they can be part of the reality. They can be in the big screen, and also they can have a way to growing faster. So Juan Manuel Marquez saw that. Juan Manuel Marquez are working with us, and I hope in the next call I have here, and Mari Carmen, We have a Juan Manuel Marquez, champion of the world, talking with us and with everybody.
Excellent.
And what else, Mari Carmen? I don't know, Jeff, sorry. I don't know, Mari Carmen, if you can share two another guys you have, because Mari Carmen is a very, very powerful girl, and she have two legends in each sport, in basketball and
Oh, wow.
in actors. So she write me right now, I tell something. You know, Mari Carmen is a very uh, partner and close friend of somebody in the actor from Latin America is Leonardo Garcia, the son of Andres Garcia, but also a young talent, a very, very well connected guy. And he also are jumping into the Stardom Chance. We are working now. We have a commitment with you, Jeff. We need to make a call with him, but he is so excited to be part of the Latin America representative also.
Mauricio, did you
I
tell,
want
you
to
tell me that
something really quick. I'm sorry to
he's
interrupt you
nominated
guys.
to
This is
an
Jose
Oscar?
Rodriguez, Mr. Cred 305.
Go ahead, Jose. Sorry, Ariel, I don't hear you and I don't hear you, Jose. Please, you, Jose, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jose, go ahead.
Jose? Hello? Did we lose Jose?
He's here. He's just his mic isn't firing. But go ahead, Ariel.
Okay, I just want to say that, hey, Mauricio, you tell me that Leonardo Garcia is nominated right now for an Oscar?
Yes, he was ready right now playing a movie who is gonna be nominated. So it's important talent in acting,
Yeah.
you know, in
So
Mexico.
I want to add something else for you guys to hear that Andres Garcia, Leonardo Garcia's father, is a big name in Mexico. It's a big name in Mexico. So Leonardo Garcia is a great new talent that everybody loves in Mexico, and he's really well connected with everybody also. And about Manuel Marquez, if anybody don't know Juan Manuel Marquez, he's a Hall of Famer boxer from Mexico. Everybody who follow boxing know that Mexico got most of the biggest champion of all times, and Juan Manuel Marquez also is a mediatic figure. He also have this new project that called Pro Boxing, that to move new talents and put on the light of everybody to see the new talent. And also he is working with this other Hall of Famer from Puerto Rico, Miguel Cotto, that got Cotto Promotion. So they are merged two boxing companies. And also Juan Manuel Marquez can be a step to go to people like Roy Jones Jr. and another big names in the sport.
Fantastic. That's how it works, right, guys? Celebrity A begets celebrity B. You get a multitude of them. They all want to be where other celebs are. They don't want to be by themselves. Jose Rodriguez, are you back, buddy? Is he trying to speak? Corey?
Not yet.
He's muted right now, buddy.
While we're waiting for him
but
to
he
come
is
up
up here as a speaker.
Mention to all of you.
Go ahead.
Hey, I think what Corey was trying to say there is, hey, do you guys think we can get to 100 retweets? Because we've got a giveaway here of an actual STARBabies NFT. You know, that's a value of around $300, and that gets you all of the benefits of Stardom Chance Guild membership and an incredible chance to be in a film or play a part in the film industry. So if you want to get a chance to win one of those STARBabies for yourself, just for being in this space and participating, go ahead and go to the tweet that's at the top of the room and follow the instructions to get this space shared out to the world. And let's grow this audience and grow this opportunity for everybody.
Hey, guys, while we're waiting for Jose, thank you, Jan, for that. I'm going to ask Richard D'Alessio on stage. He's on stage now to speak to something So Richard and I have become friends, and we've been discussing the prospect of the globalization of the Stardom business model into the Asian community. And prior to Richard joining us, it was on the charts always, but it wasn't in the here and now, because you need boots on the ground, right? You need someone who knows the culture, someone who has a production facility. I'll hit the checklist, right? Someone who has access and relationship with a distributor, someone who can actually execute and knows locations and has the actual team to follow through on the ground, as I just said, that they trust, that they've worked with. They've done other movies. They've done many commercials. Richard is that guy, has all of the above for us. And importantly, nothing to do with Richard, it's just a happenstance of life. The timing of our business model is perfect for what we're talking about in terms of the budget, in terms of the product, in terms of the appetite of the audience. And Richard, if you could speak a little bit to that, please, and also, of course, your ability to actually help execute once we make the call to start the film in your neighborhood, either Thailand or Vietnam.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for the introduction.
Of course.
Yes, I've been in the film business since I've been 19 years old. Documentaries, mostly television. I've basically traveled the world the last 20 years directing ads for the largest international brands all over the world. And in the last 12 years, I've been in Asia a lot, in India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand. I do tons of work for the major car companies and the major cell phone companies and beer brands. And so I'm actively engaged in, the high-end production communities there. In the last, I would say maybe 7 years, I've been going to Vietnam as a, I've been called there many times, but over the years, I've developed a great relationship with the guys that own HK Films, and they're basically the one and only largest feature film company in the country. And then also with a studio called Capital Studios. And what's interesting about Vietnam, what drew me to it, is just because it's a burgeoning creative community. It's very insular, and ironically, it has an incredible attachment to the United States, obviously. The whole concept since 2000, when Clinton opened the doors back up, where you had all of these refugees that had been displaced during the war, most of them migrated to the U.S. to live in Southern California or Northern California or in Texas. And they, had a whole generation of Vietnamese who grew up in the U.S. And when they opened Vietnam back up, they flooded back to Vietnam to bring that entrepreneurial American spirit there. And they built an immediate bridge. There's a show actually, called Paris Nights, which has been going on for 20 plus years in the U.S. It sells out all the time, and all it is a musical that comes over from Vietnam to the U.S. So there's an affinity for the audiences, and obviously there's a cross-cultural collaboration. But what makes Vietnam unique is that it has its own domestic box office. So films are made in Vietnam between 500 and a million, and those films never travel outside of the country. And then they can be expected, if they're a hit there, they could make upwards of 3 million gross in the box office. So there's a very cyclical investment opportunity that exists there, where films are made at a certain budget level, and they churn out a really good return. And there's also, a star system there, because they've got a really great emerging collection of young, talented actors and actresses and musicians who, a lot of them were born in the U.S. or educated in the U.S. and then have gone back to Vietnam. And these guys, this group of, young folks has a tremendous social media following, tons on Instagram, huge Facebook, but extremely this group of actors, there's probably about 20 or 30 of them. They're the ones launching the movies and launching the music in Vietnam currently. And in the advertising space, Asia is actually much further ahead in a different way than the US in terms of using influencers in major television, or not so television, but major brand marketing propositions. Like when I do commercials over there for, it could be the Ford Motor Company, it could be Pepsi, it could be Budweiser, it could be, Vivo, or, a multitude of other brands that in the US would probably never use an influencer. They're using influencers all the time, because they don't really have traditional TV media, so everything's on YouTube or Facebook. So there's a different communication channel to the audience from a marketing perspective, much easier to get out essentially earned media, organic that way. And the influencers that are working over there, they're not just influencers. They're multi-talented actors and actresses and musicians who have used the platform of social media, because the traditional platforms of television are too controlled by the government. And even in the feature sense, some of the feature films have, you have to go through a lot of censorship, not dissimilar to what China does. But that doesn't mean that there's, squashing of like artistic expression. There's definitely much more irreverence in Vietnam than there would be in China. But there's a great opportunity to, exercise a model like this, just because if you if you go over with the eye of creating formats, and bringing, like a different sort of universal storytelling to some of the product that you output, there's absolute opportunities to create formats, not dissimilar to what Korea did 15 years ago, and Japan did before that, and Israel's doing now. These, shows get launched in these regional markets around the world, and then they become, films or TV shows in Hollywood. So I think in that respect, Vietnam's like a really unique opportunity. And of course, when I'm working over there, we're doing a lot of work in animation with the Unreal Engine as well. So we've got some really amazing leading edge technology solutions, and there's incredible talent over there. And I think a model like this would be easy to get out, just because it's a much more contained audience. So there's like, I think, they're just getting the message out organically through social is much more effective than you would be, for instance, in the States, because there's just not that much noise at the consumer, so you've got, really loyal fan bases for some of the influencers that we could work with. And the more importantly, giving people the opportunity to sort of get into the business. I think you've got a generation of younger actors and, wannabe actors and actresses and musicians who are, for the first time generationally, seeing that there's an opportunity there, that, so paving that road, I think you'd get quite a bit of, energy around it. And of course, aligning with, Capital Studios, which I, work with there, and also HK Films. HK's done 46 films in the last 15 years, and they're the ones who've made every box office success after another. They've sort of risen the industry. And they just do output deals with there's only 2 cinema providers in the whole country. But the cinemas are, super high tech. And one thing people don't realize about Asia is that when you look at, global box office overall, and, the US sort of, focuses on the global box office returns they get in Asia. What they will really tell you is that when you go to any 10-plex in Asia, 8 of those movies are Asian movies. There's only 2 or 3 screens reserved for US films. So just by and large, when you think about it, it's like the US, is actually a very small market for feature films in terms of just the audience that actually goes to movies. So there's just a much more interesting model, I think, in Asia. And you've got the largest population, 95% of the people in the world under 25 are in Asia. It's the most burgeoning, middle-class economy in the world. That's the largest consumer growth is there. So it's got, affinity. And of course, that's definitely, I think, a place where a model like this, which is different and people would be less skeptical about, would work really well in a marketplace that's dynamic. When I say dynamic, I mean when I'm doing commercial advertising, which is essentially the beginning of like, the consumer paradigm, in countries like Vietnam, the messaging is very, very simple. And that same messaging wouldn't work in the US to the same degree because people would be much more skeptical of it. But in countries like Vietnam, the consumer is much more open, because they're on a different journey. They haven't been advertised to for their entire lives. So they look at opportunities a little differently. So I think this particular case, I think you'd have a lot of adoption at the consumer, like the young consumer levels, for people to really jump on board because they're forward thinking. If you look at crypto, if you look at a lot of the tokens that are being launched, a lot of this stuff is being launched out of Vietnam. There's a disproportionate amount of activity in the crypto space and in the token space in Asia, whether it's Thailand, Vietnam, but Vietnam huge. There's tons of crypto coming out of there. So there's an appetite for alternative financial instruments. So it's not, even though they might not be a sophisticated consumer, they're really into it. They're into it. So I think
So,
I think
hey,
I
Richard,
think
I'm
it
gonna
could
I'm
go
gonna
over really
jump
well
in.
there.
Thank you, buddy. That's what I'm so
Sure.
excited about. Again, the globalization of our business model. I want to bring it back only because you and I are going to do a separate show. We talked about that, and I could listen to you go on, and it's a fantastic market. But this one show, I wanted you to also hear it. We're so excited because the Latino market completely separate. We both know that, right? And not only obviously geographically, but in the culture itself, in the dynamic, with very, very different people spearheading it on this call for us today. Maurizio, I'm going to bring it back to you. I wanted you to hear from somebody, not Jeff Vanderpool, who might have self-serving interests, say all these wonderful things about the business model, but from somebody sort of on the outside who's now on the inside, but who has great knowledge, in-depth knowledge. You heard him. His 46 films there he's been involved in, and many, many more commercials, his studios. That's a marketplace that transcends geography. We can go there as partners. There's many people on your team that would be excited to be a part of movies that are on the other side of the world over there. And I wanted you to hear it and understand it and bring it to your, incredible followers and influencers in sports and superstars. There's so many of them, and the people on this call. So Maurizio, please, I yield back to you.
Sorry, Jeff. I was working with the mic. Yes, Jeff. I'm very excited because we have in the room Eduardo Martinez. Eduardo Martinez is he has a unique profile or unique skills because he was founder of technology companies here in Mexico. He knows about the technology. Lalo, you know very, very well how about the systems works in the companies and how the systems works in the life of the people. But also he had the contact and he is a representative of a young talent of football soccer. You tell me, Jeff, 1 week ago to have one sport team in Mexico, football soccer team with the Stardom Chance logo in his T-shirt. Lalo Martinez is the guy who make that happen. Lalo Martinez know all the presidents and all the founders and the owners of the big teams, but also he knows the talents. How Lalo, can you tell us a little bit how is your vision? How Stardom Chance can help the youngest football players and the team of the football teams going grow with the Stardom Chance? Can you speak Lalo right now?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Mao. Thanks. So good to be here with you. Thanks to Stardom Chance, and yes, I'm really glad to have the opportunity to collaborate with this excellent opportunity because who's not excited to get to the stages of Hollywood, right? And well, yes, as Man was telling you, I've been working with the sport as a sports agent for a while in Mexico, with several soccer teams, and also with some other kind of sport guys. So I think this chance is a very good opportunity for the people to get into this business. We are all excited. I hope that in the near future you'll have very good news from our soccer teams that will be willing to integrate to this new adventure, and let's see what can we build all together, right?
Yes, Lalo, thank you very much. I know you're in your car, but thank you very much for joining to the call. And Jeff, we are doing the best job we can do. You have a very nice team to Latin America, and I'm so excited to hear more about what are you doing, Stardom Chance in the world, in the Latin America, Vietnam, and let's go ahead, Jeff. We're here.
You're a great team. I want to yield the floor again to Jose Rodriguez in just a moment. I want to say one thing, Jose, about your friend and partner, Ariel. I just mentioned to him very briefly as we were talking, and I said, we want to make music, and I think Hollywood's missed this opportunity. Richard, I think you'll agree. You're probably the guy with more production experience than anybody on this entire call, for sure. But that's a revenue stream that's consistent that you can take advantage of on every single film. And if you guys think about it, there's only been a few movies recently that I can think of where music was definitely utilized as an asset of the film, where there was, quote, music score and a revenue generation. I mean, way back in the day, you can go to Titanic and Rocky and, you know, A Star is Born, but there's few and far between. I don't think any of the Marvel movies, they had great opportunity, right? I mean, you've got an audience of what, 1 billion people? And so that's an opportunity for somebody out there who's developed some great music and is sitting in his garage. Maybe they're a band, maybe it's a person. And wouldn't it be great to put that music up on the screen for the whole world to enjoy? And I mentioned this because I explained it in that kind of detail to Ariel. And I gave him an example. One of my favorite war movies of all time, my favorite actor, Clint Eastwood, Kelly's Heroes, and the music theme has nothing to do with the movie. I mean, if you listen to it, I don't know what that has to do with the movie, but it's an awesome, to me, music theme. I think it went up very high on the charts at the time when it first came out. And Ariel, right away, you just watched the movie, the whole thing. So you, my friend, are a trooper. You do your due diligence and your homework, boom, you're right on it. We got to put you in the war movie, buddy. Is Ariel still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Of course, my friend. You just tell me what you need to do, and I will do it. And the movie was awesome awesome music, and I can understand after that a little more about your vision, Jeff.
Now you see it. I mean, Hollywood misses opportunities, and their miss is our gain. And we give those opportunities as part of our model to whom? To our audience. To somebody out there with great talent is never going to see the light of day without our model. And because we're able to produce, hopefully, so many pictures around the world to the Latin market, to the UK market, to the Asian market, to the African American market, I can keep going. Each one of those markets has a demand for great product. We're going to make that product. What a concept. We're going to make some great product with some great talent. The world's going to get to see it. And a lot of people out there who want a chance to realize their dreams is finally going to, be able to see a fair opportunity. That's really what this whole thing, if you boil it down, it's what we're all about.
And Jeff, you know what? Another thing, the beauty of this thing that you will create is that we are living in the era of the influencers. So for make movies in different countries will be so easy, the advertisement, because we just need to use an influencer of this particular place what I'm thinking about what you're trying to do is it's blown my mind because the cost will be really low. So because before the advertisement will be a part, so it was so expensive. Now we got the chance with the technology that we have, with the influencer and the big name that every day are joining our project to make the thing so easy, lowering the cost and giving more opportunities to people and countries around the world.
No, that's entirely accurate. And Jose Rodriguez, I want you to speak, and I apologize taking the floor, but I want to say one more thing. To those of you who didn't quite understand this, because I've spent so much time with Mauricio, and we gloss over some things because of the duration of our call. So Mauricio is bringing us the top boxer in Mexico. And we just laughed about it and said, wait a minute, what if he walked out like Rocky did with a robe, and on the robe it said Stardom Chance? That would be pretty cool, right? Kind of a thing like Rocky with the meat locker thing. And the gentleman is just on the call from the car. And if he gets us to put Stardom on the backs of jerseys of a soccer called the football team in Mexico, and that's, Ariel, your point, in guerrilla marketing ways like that would cost a blue chip corporation millions of dollars, we can do it for almost nothing through relationships, through the currency of giving Mr. Marquez a spot in a movie, headlining capability. We film with some of his special relationships, either in real speaking parts or just speaking parts like high in an elevator if they can't act. There's so much currency here that we have the ability to utilize for everybody's mutual benefit. That's the movie industry. And we're taking advantage of your relationships, Ariel, Mauricio, because you have so many of them that allow us that global exposure. And that's a good opportunity for Jose. Jose Rodriguez, you want to close us out, buddy, from the Latino side? You with us?
No, I mean, it's a privilege. I'm so glad to have. I'm humbled to be around so many positive people. You know, I'm humbled to have Ariel and Mauricio and so many more to come. This is just the beginning. You know, we're bringing in the biggest names. We have relationships. It's all about relationships. And every company that I own, I don't advertise anymore on TV unless it's a one-off. I have a radio show that's heard in iHeartRadio. I mean, I heard XM radio throughout the world, and that's probably the only radio show that I invest because it's my radio show. Because I know right now the biggest way of advertisement is through, just like Ariel said, through influencers. You know, and everybody's on their phone. I mean, I tell everybody a joke. I still got things in my house I haven't even opened yet. I just got on Instagram and I bought it, and I don't know why I bought it for, but they got me. Right, so everything is online. Everything is social media. Everything is influencers. And every time we talk to, just like Mauricio talked to the very famous boxer fighter, they want to give back. And this is an opportunity to have these A-listers, and you know, even Bad Bunny, the last interview that they gave, he talked about that, giving back to Puerto Rico, giving back to the younger crowd that he remembered when he was just dreaming becoming a big singer. Now he's the #1 Hispanic music artist. Right, so that gives us an opportunity to give back. I think we have a fantastic team around us. This is just the beginning, just like the message I just sent to Jeff on WhatsApp. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is an amazing. We're going all the way, and we're going with full force. So I want to thank Mauricio for being here. I want to thank Ariel for your friendship. Also, Mauricio, for your friendship. And there's many, many more to come. You know, and we have the Latino community around the world excited about this, and we got the right people on the team to bring this to that community.
Well said, buddy. And on that note, I'm going to ask Peter to close us out today. My friend, our partner with this whole process on the NFT side. And Jose, Mauricio, Ariel, thank you for bringing in some of your talent so quickly for this quick call, kind of an introduction to the community, the way we're doing it. I know it's new to you. I know it was a little challenging, but we did it. You guys were amazing. Thank you to special guests, all of you that you brought on stage. And we can't get there without you. It takes a village, you know the phrase. And we're building a great village with exceptional talent. We can get there, gentlemen and ladies, and we are. Peter, you there?
Yes, sir. Well, guys, thank you, everybody, for being on here. You can see that Stardom Chance is absolutely going to blow up throughout the entire Latin American markets. I mean, it is amazing with the firepower and with the opportunities that are there. So you're on here and you're going, oh my God, this sounds incredible. What is the best way for me to get involved in Stardom Chance right now, to be connected and be a part of it? That is through STARBabies NFTs, right? So Stardom Chance is going to bring people to the front of the line in Hollywood in making films, red carpets, opening doors. How do you become special within that group of Stardom Chance itself? It is to be a STARBabies NFT holders, the Genesis series, the #1 top NFT series in the entire ecosystem. And that is only available now through September 1st to get on the A-list. September 2nd will be the public sale. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get these at base price. After that, you'll have to go out to OpenSea, and who knows what they'll be going for. This is an opportunity, STARBabies, for you to have a speaking role in the film. And if you're talented, who knows what role that can lead to shadow a director, to get connected with the red carpet life. This is the #1 top NFT. There has been talk of NFTs and this idea of cryptocurrency changing Hollywood. Well, guess what? Stardom Chance is on the forefront of that. And the way for you to definitely, when you talk to your friends 5 years from now, 8, 10 years from now, and you're reading an article on crypto, the blockchain, and NFTs changing the film industry, you're going to be say, well, I knew that 10 years ago. Well, prove it to me. And you're going to be able to pull up your NFT and say, here's pictures of me with stars. Here's, films. Here's my name and credits on IMDb. There's all this incredible stuff. You can right now document, put yourself in history by getting a STARBabies NFT. That is your goal right now. $250 A-list. Get on the A-list. You don't want to have to fight for this on public sale day, because these are going to sell out. They are the right ticket to get you into that A-list Hollywood. So guys, thank you for joining us today. Latin America, watch out. Stardom Chance is on its way. It is going to be the biggest thing to hit. It's incredible. Richard, thank you for being able to take us to Vietnam. It's just absolutely incredible what's going to happen here and where this thing is going. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today on this Twitter Spaces. Jan, can you real quick, buddy, pop in and talk about the giveaway? Did we make it? Are we giving away a STARBabies?
Excellent question. Thank you for asking. So we didn't quite make it to the 100 retweets. So we won't be giving away a STARBabies NFT today, right now. But I'm guessing we'll probably be giving away some guaranteed allow list spots. What do you think, Peter?
Yes, we should give away at least 5 guaranteed A-list spots away today. So how do people qualify for that, buddy?
Excellent. Do you want to give everybody a few minutes to retweet the room again and then run that contest?
We will definitely hang out here for a few minutes. Maybe, Jan, if you can explain to them exactly what they need to do to qualify, then they can do that really quickly, and we'll stay on here for a few more minutes. If anybody else has anything they'd like to add to it, or maybe any questions too, we didn't have a chance to take any questions yet, but if anybody has a question, can raise their hand, and I'm sure we would love to answer a few questions else.
Yeah, let's bring some people up. And so I'll explain how you enter this giveaway. You're going to go to this space at the top, right below where it says football, NFTs, investing. It says Stardom Chance, and that's the pinned tweet to the space. STARBabies NFT giveaway. Win an NFT that can get you in a movie. So you tap where it says that right at the top of the space. That'll take you to the tweet that you're going to retweet. But first, you want to make sure you're following Stardom Chance, as it says in step number 1. Then you can retweet the tweet. by tapping the little square recycle symbol at the bottom of the tweet, right below where it tells you how many retweets and quote tweets and likes it has. And then you're going to comment on the tweet by tagging your friends. So at least 3 of them. You're going to use the @ symbol and then type out your friend's Twitter handle for 3 people at least, and post that comment. And then make sure you're following our Discord. The link is in step number 3. Once you've done that, you're already here in the space, so you've completed step number 4. So as long as you've done all 4 of those things, you will be included in this allow list giveaway. And we're going to give away at least 5. So we'll run the Twitter picker 5 times.
All right,
or
excellent.
actually,
For
no,
people that are new to
run it
NFTs,
once.
guys, and an allow list is going to what we call the A-list. It gives you a guaranteed spot to purchase one of the NFTs on pre-mint day, so on the September 1st. So that's an incredible opportunity. You don't have to fight the crowds on the public sale day, so it gives you that opportunity to do that. So let's give everybody another few more minutes. If anybody would like to ask any questions, you can just raise your hand, ask to speak, and I will go ahead and promote you up as a speaker, and you can ask a question. I think we lost Jeff there for a second, but I think Jeff is back now.
I'm here.
Yeah, there he is. All right, excellent.
And Peter, share with them how to raise their hand. They may not know.
I think if you just click on the mic, you ask me like I know, right?
Sorry. Good point.
Might be better to ask Jan how to raise your hand, right?
So there's a request button at the bottom left, and it looks like a microphone. And it's important generally to join by your smartphone as opposed to on your computer because it's more reliable.
Yeah, we just had Bessie. If you would like to ask your question or say something, we just promoted her to speaker.
Hi everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Hi Jan. Hi Nexus. Hi everybody. I really just
Bessie.
Just wanted to say that I love this NFT project. I'm a songwriter. In fact, Jan introduced me to his mom, and we wrote a song together called STARBabies. And I'm all about this brand, this franchise, because who doesn't want to have a speaking role in a badass film? So everybody should get one. And don't hesitate. You don't want to be like, in a mosh pit of people. This is a really great NFT project, and these people are really cool. And yeah, Jan, thank you again for the opportunity to meet your beautiful mother, Nadia Gulage, and to write STARBabies with her live on Clubhouse. I would love to play that for you anytime. All you have to do is ask. And so rock on STARBabies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vessi, you could play it right now if you'd like. And then we got one more speaker, which is Grateful Badger.
All right, guys. Thank you. Okay, well, here it is.
Woo! Go, Bessie.
If you want to be a star, baby, you don't have to work so hard. Baby, not hard, not hard. We got you in hand. We're your biggest fan. Star baby, you drive me crazy, 'cause you've been here the whole time. Growing up with you on the big screen, all the big scenes, giving me my fantasy life. You deserve an honest chance, baby, inviting you into the dance. Baby, come dance, dancing with the stars. We see who you are. You are a star, baby. I am a star, baby. We are stars, baby. You're gonna make it through. We got faith in you. Star baby, you drive me crazy, 'cause you've been here the whole time. Growing up with you on the big screen, all the big scenes, giving me my fantasy life. This is the best part, you guys. We can see you on the stage, or your words written on the page, your words on the page, showing us what you got. Star baby, giving it your best shot. You are a star, baby. I am a star, baby. We are stars, baby. You got what it takes. You're gonna get your break. You're a star, baby. Yeah! Yeah!
Wow.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much. Wow.
Amazing. That was amazing. Oh my God. Peter, that was so great.
Well, we're working in the background to make things happen for sure. Thank you, Vessi. That was fantastic.
Fantastic.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jan.
That was great. Thank you for performing for us, Vessi.
You know, I have a present for all of you too.
Uh-oh.
More?
I have a music NFT. Actually, I could send somebody 100 of them, and you can give them to all your friends if you'd like.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been known to accept free NFTs.
Jan, I'm gonna send you 100 music NFTs, and then you can give them to your community, to your Twitter tribe.
Thank you so much.
NFT. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
That was really incredible. Bravo. Incredible. Loved it.
All right. Yeah, that was really fun to write that song with Vessi and Nadia Gullidge, my mother. Super fun. So what do you think, guys?
Anna Palova asked if we can get that song up on Twitter and other avenues, along maybe even on our site. But you can respond to Anna on that one later.
Yes,
sure,
we will get it done.
Yep, we will. All right. One more quick, I think, response from Grateful Badger.
Hi there. How do I follow that? Not by singing, that's for sure. Wow. Wow, that was great. So I just wanted to let folks know that they may be one of these lucky 5 to get on the A-list, but if by chance you don't, or you want more information, I just want to put out the website for people to go to register on the A-list. They can share that with friends or family. It is nft.stardomchance.com. And there's information as well. All the perks are there. What you get for your at STARBabies NFT, and it's just excitement beyond. So I just wanted to throw that in there just to make sure folks know.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sharona. All right. Well, guys, this will end our today's Twitter Spaces. What is the next one, Jeff? Can you give us the date, the time where people can learn more about STARBabies, Stardom Chance, hear from more incredible people? I know we've got one on Friday with Richard. He's going to get into some detail on the entire process about the film industry and Stardom Vietnam. When is the next start? Is that the next one, or is there one before that?
So as of this moment, that's the next one, and then there's another one we're doing. Our Stardom Latin team is going to be coming up with just celebrities for every show. So I'll get back to you, Maurizio, and myself, Ariel, and Jose will regroup. We might have one. We were talking about Thursday, maybe it's Saturday, but it's Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And as soon as we know, the word will come out. We promise.
Awesome. Very good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Remember, your Hollywood dreams, your red carpet lifestyle absolutely is right there for you through STARBabies, through Stardom Chance. Get on the A-list, become a part of what we're doing. Thank you for joining us today, and have a fantastic week.
All right, Peter, I guess we're ready to run that Twitter picker and announce some winners, eh?
All right. Excellent, buddy. Yes, please.
All right, here we go. 5 winners of guaranteed allow list spots. Gonna make some selections here to make sure we get real people.
Real people are a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good title for a movie.
Real people are a good thing. Yeah, you're right.
Just read real people. Yeah. Real people. All about AIs, like telling people about real people.
Excellent. All right. We have our Twitter picker ready, and we're going to begin the draw. All right. First winner is Daniel Berman from the Jelly. Second winner is Andrew Hale, Sports Fan 12312. Naughty Abundance, co-author of STARBabies Song, and Sharona L15, our very own, and Double L159, Miss Linda. So we'll announce those on the giveaway tweet, and congratulations, everybody. We'll get you all squared away in your direct messages.
Thank you. Everybody have a great week.
All right. God bless. Take care, everyone.
See you on the red carpet, y'all.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you very much, Gary, and everybody. Thank you very much for being part of it.
Thank you, Marcio.